welcome to this week's Digital Dots Live. A little bit unorganised today, which is a bit unusual for me. But anyway, we are going to be talking today about the questions that a lot of people have been asking me recently about why they're not creating an online course. So why are you not creating an online course? And why is it possible for you to actually create an online course? And who am I to actually talk to you about this? So welcome to Digital Dots Live, our weekly show. So if you have any questions about why you're not building an online course and whether you think that you are able to do that, drop them in the comments and I will get back to those as we move through this show. So don't forget to let me know where you're live streaming from. I am your #1 fan. So I want to know where you are live streaming from and which country you're at. Is it the morning? Is it the afternoon? Is it the evening? I'm based in the UK. My name's Anita Wong, and I am a digital overwhelm strategist. And I help you to get to grips with the tools online that you need in order to succeed and grow your business. So that could include Instagram marketing tools. It could include Facebook marketing. It could include how to get on YouTube and use it confidently and successfully for your business. And it could also include the topic for today, which is course creation. So who am I to, give you some advice on course creation? Well, I've been creating courses in the background for quite a few years now. #1 for my own course, which is the Digital Lab and Tech School. There are like multiple loads of courses in there that people can access at their own time, or they work through them with me. And recently, over the last 12 to 18 months, I've been building courses for online software companies such as Wave.video and Restream. So I've got a little bit of inkling in how to do the courses. And part of that is to actually plan the courses, look at what's stopping you from creating the course, but also what do people want to learn about when they are actually learning, want to learn to build a course. So we're going to start with this question. No one wants to learn about what I have to offer. So let's have a little think about that just for a moment. What you have to offer is super, super important. And the way that you can recognize whether people want to learn about what you have to offer is if my tongue tied, if they actually are asking you questions about it and they want to actually mimic the results that you're getting. So that's something that's super, super important when it comes to will somebody want to buy what I have to offer? So let me just get something up so I can got a bit of reference point here. I just want to jump through to a few things and then we can dig into that as well. So let me just have a little look. Let me just get down. No, we're not going to do that. We are going to be looking at demand, because demand is what will help you sell your course if you've got something to offer. So anybody can turn what they know into a course if there is a demand for that particular course. So when I'm talking about demand, I'm talking about, are people asking you questions about how you created the results that you're getting? Are they wanting to find out from you what it is you're doing and how you got to it? If people are constantly looking at you and going, I want to do what that person is doing, then there's going to be a demand for you to put what you've got as an offering online. Now, the reason that you can actually put that offering online so that it reaches a wider audience is it gives you more time. So say you're a consultant and you have a full list of clients. It's great if you do, doesn't matter if you don't, but say you have a limit to how many hours you can work in a week. Maybe you're a mum working from home and you've got a couple of kids you've got to juggle. Maybe you're a dad working from home and you have kids to juggle. Whoever, whatever your home situation, whatever your work situation is, there is only so many hours in the day and so many hours in the week that you could commit to actually doing one-to-one work. So why not think about, instead of actually doing one-to-one work, do one-to-many work? And that one-to-many work is how you create a course. So we're going to look at a couple of questions. So if you're watching the replay of this video, then, drop the questions underneath this video as well, because this is super important for me to be able to help you answer those questions. We can then look at them and I can jump back into the video and ask them. So no one wants to learn about what it is that I have to offer. So if you're a great cook and you're cooking in the kitchen and you're selling stuff online, or you're making soaps, or you're creating things and people are asking you for them, then people will want to learn how to do that. And you can build a business up by teaching people how to do things online. One of my courses is all around how to use Instagram, for instance. So people are always very overwhelmed by the constant changes on social media. So I created a course last year on how to reach your audience using Instagram stories, for example. And from that, other things came into the course and people bought that course and they are like working through it now, still working through it, still asking me questions, still trying to find out more. So there are courses out there that you can create for absolutely everything. So anybody can create a course. And, you pretty much just have to look at what you do and work out, yeah, I've got a course. So, you could be a coach or a consultant. You could be a health or wellness practitioner. You could be an energy healer or energy worker, a sports coach or a personal trainer, a real estate agent. You could be a language specialist, you could train your staff at work. You could work in corporate and have a team that you want to have easy access to your training for. So instead of having a manual that's just loads and loads of paper, put what you've got in that manual into easily consumed videos so that people can watch it wherever they are. They can pick up their iPad or they can pick up their mobile phone and they can actually watch what they're doing. You could be a life coach. You could be a chef or a cook or a baker. You could teach people how to make bread. All of these things can be done inside an online course. And the beauty of an online course is that those people who sign up for your online course can actually access the content whenever they want, wherever they are in the world. So you can have an international audience accessing your online course content easily within a blink of an eye. So there is no one will want to learn what I have, because everybody is unique. Everybody brings a different element to the table. So even if there's 5 German teachers in your area, you could be the only one that's actually putting your practice online. So therefore, you're making it easier for those people who want to learn from you to access the content. So that's no one wants to learn about. That one, I think, pretty much covers that. Now, if you wait around just to the end, there will be a link underneath this video to a webinar where I actually squash all of these myths and I go through all of the ways that you can actually create an online course with ease and without the overwhelm. And that brings us to the tech is too difficult. I couldn't possibly be able to build a course if I'm not very good at tech. Now, I know that a lot of my audience find the tech overwhelming. They find it really hard, and it's like that donut of doom comes along very often. So you don't have to worry about the tech when it comes to building a course, because there are so many different softwares out there that help you to build your course. Now, saying that, learning something new can be quite hard for most people. So if you were to work with me, for example, to build your course, then the tech would be completely covered, because the way that I teach on my courses and the way that you can teach on your courses when you build a course is that we divide up the actual structure and the content of the course into short, easily actioned, result-driven assets. And that could be a short video. It could even be a PDF or a checklist. So any of those things can be created without too much tech knowledge. And if you do need the tech knowledge, then I'd be on hand to help you. So that's pretty much covered the, the tech is too difficult. I'm not qualified enough to run a course, let alone build one. That all comes down to demand, knowing your audience, knowing whether your audience can afford the content that you've got, and whether you are happy to build it before they even build it after they've bought it. So that's something that you could think about. So I just want to say hello to Mukesh there, who's just joined me live. So hi there, Mukesh. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly. So we're talking about course creation and course content. And one of the questions I just touched on was, I'm not qualified enough to run a course, let alone build it. Your qualifications come from your results. So if you're getting results doing what you do and helping people do what you do, then those are the results that qualify you to create a course. So you could have, like I said just now about the language teachers, you could have 5 or 6 language teachers all teaching, say, German, for example, but not everybody's getting the results that their students want. There's lots of different levels of teachers. And even if they are getting all the results they want, you could be the only one putting the content online and making it easier for people to work through it at their own pace. Because like I said at the beginning, there's only so many hours in the day and days in the week that you can commit to being in front of a student. So building an online course frees you up with lots of extra time. It gives you the opportunity to sleep while people are working through your content. It gives you the opportunity to make money whilst you're doing other things. Because once you've got the marketing done, then the course selling, as long as there's a demand for it and you've done your research, then there is a course waiting to be created. So another question that some people ask me is, do I have to build a course using video? So remember last week we were talking about how you can create content online when you're not actually on the video yourself. So for example, I'm doing a talking head video at the moment. So I would be talking to you about a certain piece of content that's in my course on camera like this. But there's no reason why you don't have to, like, you can't not be on camera to do that. So you can actually have a PowerPoint in front of you and you could actually talk behind the PowerPoint, giving all of that really juicy content that people need from you in a video where you're not actually on the camera. Now, there's not only video that you can put into your course, you could actually put surveys and questionnaires and checklists and PDFs and workbooks and ebooks and audio. You could even put a podcast audio into your course area and teach people in lots of different ways. Don't forget that people learn in different ways and they hear the answers in different ways as well. Everybody's interpretation of the content that you share is different. So why not mix up your course content and make it different? And that's the super exciting thing about creating an online course. You can create it exactly how you want to create it. So I'm just going to keep this video nice, short and sweet today because I think it's important to put those questions in your head so that you can start asking yourself, hey, actually a minute, hang on a minute, I can actually build this course. I have an audience who are always wanting to find out what I'm doing. I have an audience who's always asking me questions about how I do this, how I do that, how can I do this myself, how can I do that myself, how can I get the same results as you, how can I make the same money as you. If you've got people asking you questions like that, then you've got a course waiting to be made. And all that needs to be done then is to do your research to make sure that you have that audience. It's not just a couple of people asking you, that you can actually generate interest in that particular content. But the great thing about a lot of courses is that you don't have to make them before you sell them. You can actually sell the course before you create it. And there's lots of software out there that will enable you to drip feed your course out there so that you can actually sell it, start it on a certain date, and then create the content as you go along. And if you're anything like me, which is that I like to do my courses with a live element. In other words, I create the course, but I have a live training alongside the course, which gives my students a much more in-depth understanding of how to achieve the results that I achieve, then you can do that sort of thing as well. So if this is of interest of you, if you're thinking, actually, I could create a course and I've got questions that I want to ask and I'd really like to find out a little bit more, then I do have a free webinar that you can watch right now. It's free to access. All you need to do is pop in your name and your email, and then you get access to the video. So I'm going to put the link to that inside of this video. So it will be in the comments, but it will also be underneath the content of this video. So let me pop it into the chat now. That's in the chat now. So that's going to be shown up on YouTube and Facebook. So if you're watching me on LinkedIn, I will jump into LinkedIn in a second and put it into the description of this video. If you want to go and check that out, then that goes through some of the questions that I've answered today in more depth, and also some other questions that you might have that's stopping you from building your own online course. So I've created that free training, and it's about 40 minutes long, but it goes into depth on how you can actually build your own course, and that you are fully qualified to build your own course, and that the tech is not a problem, and that you can deal with the steps that is needed to build your own course. And that's completely, easily done. And you can watch that workshop on your own time. You can just pop it on whilst you're having a cup of tea and pick up some of the key elements in there, and let me know in the comments below whether it answered your questions and whether you have any other questions. So I'm going to close it up today, this quick video today. It's actually a 20-minute one, so it's not too bad. It's going to be on my YouTube, and it'll be on LinkedIn, and it'll be on my Facebook account. Just one thing, if you want to have some video ideas for your own content, so if you're wanting to think about creating video for your course or creating video generally, then if you put the words live video in the comments on Facebook, then I'll send you a little download that you can have access to as well. And if you want a digital toolkit around creating your own course, then drop down the words digital toolkit as well, and I will pop that in as well. So do toolkit, and you'll be able to access that as well on Facebook. But do let me know if you have any questions about creating your own course and what's stopping you. Is there something stopping you from building your own course? Let me know what that is in the comments or after this video if you're watching the replay, and I'll try my best to answer any questions that you might have. Okay, so my name's Anita Wong. Thanks for joining me today. Thank you so much for joining me today, Mukesh. And, obviously, if you're watching the replay, then you can join me later. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye for now.